Good day, I'm Caroline Brown-Thompson and this is your JIS News for February 11. In just a few hours, government will give a fulsome update on the status of its negotiations with the International Monetary Fund (IMF) while outlining key elements of Jamaica's economic reform program. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and Finance and Planning Minister Dr. Peter Phillips will give details during a joint address to the nation later this evening. The update comes as an IMF team visits for further talks while the country negotiates a new agreement. However, the IMF will have to agree on the prior actions that Cabinet has already signed off on, and Jamaica will have to execute those tasks. The national broadcast will be aired at 11 p.m. on CVM TV and at 9 p.m. on all other television and radio stations. Over 2,000 acres of idle cane lands will be targeted as part of efforts to increase cane and sugar production in Clarendon. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller says the Ministry of Agriculture, through the Cane Expansion Fund, will be providing assistance to farmers.
We have to grow ourselves out of our economic difficulties. You have it within you. We have it within us, within ourselves, to do it. Let's do it together.
The Cane Expansion Fund, which stands at $1.5 billion, is operated by the Sugar Industry Authority. Mrs. Simpson Miller was speaking at a recent contract signing and groundbreaking ceremony to provide housing for sugar workers in Clarendon. In the meantime, young people are being urged to use their skills to increase production and create wealth. Minister of State in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Sharon Folks Abrams, pointed to viable economic opportunities in agriculture.
Grow products for selling to the tourism industry, to sell to us who eat, to sell to schools, so that we can have better nutrition in our school system and better nutrition in our nation. Food security is something that is very important all over the world.
The State Minister also suggested that young people take advantage of opportunities in the information and communication technology sector. Mrs. Folks Abrams was speaking at the recent Granville Crime Prevention Summit at the Sunset Beach Resort and Spa. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security will be launching a public education campaign to promote productivity in the Jamaican workforce. At a recent press conference, Labour Minister Derek Kellier said highly productive jobs would lead to a number of benefits, including stable wages in the economy.
The local and international competitiveness of our indigenous firms and industries, a greater market share for Jamaican products and services, and the generation of a larger number of decent jobs that will enhance the living standards of the Jamaican workers.
In 2011, Jamaica's labor productivity growth rate was negative 0.2% in comparison to 1.5% for Barbados and Trinidad. In the meantime, stakeholders in the industrial relations landscape are being commended for their good-natured approach to settling disputes. In 2012, 82.2% of the 372 work-related complaints were disposed of, in comparison to the 76.3% of the 245 cases in 2011. Similarly, in 2012, there were 6 work stoppages, 4 less than in 2011.
It is important to note that many of these disputes were not settled with the intervention of the Ministry of Labour. Rather, they were settled at the local level in admirable demonstration of the maturity and patience that now characterize the relationships between management and the trade unions.
Cabinet has approved a comprehensive business registration form to make it easier for companies to file their tax returns. The business registration form will eliminate the need for multiple forms when businesses have to apply for a tax registration number, tax compliance certificate, and other documents.
The new form will capture all the information required by the various departments, thus eliminating the need to visit several offices and completing various forms.
The Information Minister was speaking at the recent Jamaica House press briefing. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Caroline Brown-Thompson. Thanks for watching.